The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, everybody, how everybody's doing? All right, good afternoon. This is Neil Green again with you on the weekly webinar, just like every Tuesday, talking about the events that are taking place the same week. And this time we're about to talk about the non-farm payroll, the NFP, biggest event in the market. Okay, everybody knows we did this webinar last month about the NFP. We like to welcome you guys joining us from GoToWebinar, just like every week. I'm very happy to see you again with us here. We'd like to welcome you guys joining us from Facebook, from our homepage at itrader.com. Just for you to know, I'm repeating it, saying it every webinar. I'm going to do it again. This service is for free. Okay, all you have to do, just go to our homepage at itrader.com. Okay, open a browser, go to itrader.com, and register to the webinar. You can do it actually right now. Okay, and join us. All you have to do, you go down. You have two options actually. You can go to news, click on webinars, or just scroll down here and join our webinar. Click on save me a seat. All you have to do is put in your first name, last name, and your email address so we can contact you back. All right, and then you'll be able to register through GoToWebinar, give you the advantage of being a part of the webinar, asking questions and so on. You guys on GoToWebinar, welcome again. You have a chat window. So if you have any questions during the webinar, anything you would like me to clarify, to repeat, to ask, you're more than welcome to ask. Of course, I'm going to leave some time for a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. Okay, some questions and answers at the end of the webinar, and I hope everything will be clear. I'll try to do it slow, okay, to explain, take you step by step, show you everything you need to know about the NFP event. And of course, if you're going to have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. I just want to do a technical check, see that you can see my screen and hear my voice, and hope you're enjoying it. Okay, just write me on the chat window, guys. Okay, write me something that you can hear me and see the screen. It will be very, very helpful. You're supposed to see right now our homepage at itrader.com. All good? Everybody can see the screen, hear my voice? Okay. All right, that's good. Yes. All right, so if you have any questions during the webinar, okay, just ask me. I'll try to answer all your questions in between. And hey, Daniel, how you doing? All right, hi, Michael. Great. Okay, so you can hear me, sound as well. Okay, I just want everything to be clear. Okay, so everybody can hear me and see the screen, right? Can we start? Okay, guys, by the way, I'm just trying to figure it out, okay? Do you think it will be easier for you guys to do these webinars at a later time from next week on? All right, like 2 hours later? Okay, instead of starting at 3:30 GMT time, do it at 5:30 GMT time, which is 6:30 London time, or just write me down. Okay, later is better. Okay, great. Okay, I just wanted to ask you because I was thinking maybe we're doing it a bit early. Some people are still at work, so okay. I took your notes and thank you for your answers. From next week, we'll try to do it later. Of course, we will publish and send you emails and everything about the next webinar. Great, let's start. Okay, so as you probably know, we're gonna talk about the NFP. Okay, the NFP is I think the second most big event in the United States after the interest rate decision. Actually, is the event that affects the interest rate decision mostly. We're talking about an event that takes place every first Friday of the month, all right? Exactly at the same hour, which in New York is 8:30 in the morning, 1 hour before the U.S. market opens. Okay, GMT time it's gonna be at 12:30. All right, GMT time. And let's start. Let's see what happened in the past, how it affects the market, and so on. So this is our homepage, okay, itrader.com. You can register, you guys on Facebook, through just put in your first name, last name, and your email address so we can contact you back. And let's Let's start. Okay, trading the NFP. Trading the NFP. The NFP stands for non-farm payroll. All right. Actually, this is measures the number of new jobs, new payrolls since the last NFP till this NFP. So since last NFP took place, and it was a very, very interesting NFP. I'm going to show you the information. But last NFP took place on October 6th. It was, and this NFP is going to take place on November 3rd. Okay. So the non-farm payroll will be published on Friday, as we said, every first Friday of the month at 12:30 GMT time. I want you to check, okay, what time it is on your clock, okay, because I don't want you to miss the event itself. And okay, anyone, by the way, anyone traded the NFP last month? Any of you, was there anyone that traded the NFP last month? We had a webinar talking about it. Just want to know if you're involved. How was your trades? Okay, if you took some, what was the results? Because last NFP was amazing. Okay, the results were amazing. I'm going to show you exactly how the market reacted to the last NFP. But okay, great. Okay, great. So it was easy. Because of the minus 33. Okay, okay. I'm going to show you. Great. Okay, we're going to talk about it. Great, guys. Okay, it was a huge thing. Okay, last NFP was a huge event, but let's start. So then non-farm payroll will be published on Friday, 12:30 GMT. The NFP is considered the biggest trading event of the month, as we said, okay, which means usually, especially now, we're going to talk about why, but especially now, the market reacts very, very strongly to the NFP, which means a lot of volatility. And for us traders means trading opportunities, okay? Traders, you have to understand, volatility means trading opportunities because the movement of the market, okay, usually is very, very sharp. And if we know how to read the event, and if we know where the market is going, okay, for us meaning trading opportunities, which is great. Now the main question is, did the US economy manage to recover from the summer hurricanes? Everybody remembers in the United States, we had during the summer a few very, very, dangerous hurricanes, okay, and a lot of damage caused by that to the economy as well. Higher trading activity could reflect stronger movement by major assets. All right. I don't know if you remember, we had Irma and Harvey. Okay, great. I guess you watched it over the news. All right. Now, the summer hurricanes had a major effect on the US job number. Okay, think about it. A lot of cities, okay, a lot of towns got damaged from these hurricanes. It affected the economy. The last NFP was negative for the first time in 7 years. Now, this is a major thing. Think about it. The NFP takes place once a month, every first Friday of the month, as we said. In 7 years, we didn't have a negative NFP. Okay? Now, the dollar, the US dollar versus all major currencies, okay, had a very, very strong reaction. So was the gold, and I'm going to show you, okay? It was a crazy thing. Euro versus the dollar went up like crazy because the dollar got weaker. After we had the number last month was minus 33,000 jobs, okay? Usually it goes, we have plus, which means the number of new payrolls is positive. Think about it. Last month, the number of new jobs was negative, which means more people, okay, lost their jobs because of the hurricanes and so on and what we talked about, then people gained jobs. So the number of payrolls went down. How do you think the market reacted to this? Okay, it means more people lost their jobs than got new jobs, as we said. The expected number this month will be 310,310K new jobs. How do you think the market reacted? Let me show you. All right, pretty easy. Okay, let's take a look at what we had. You can take a look at on our website or Forex Factory or investing.com and so on. Okay, this is last month. You see 12:30 GMT PM. Look at this, non-farm payroll. Now, as you probably know, like every event, we trade. okay, on the difference between the forecast, what we expect the number to be, to the actual number at the same second. Now, the forecast last month was 82,000 new jobs, which is very, very low. Usually we're talking about 180, 200, 220,000 new payrolls, okay, on a regular situation. Because of the hurricanes in the United States of America, we expected only 80. Here, the month before, we had 169,000 new jobs. Just for you to understand, we're talking about the NFP that took place on September, okay, reflecting the new payrolls in August. This NFP, last NFP on October, reflected the new jobs in September. Because of the hurricanes, we expected 82,000 new jobs, new payrolls in the United States, and the number itself was minus 33,000, which means for the first time in 7 years, more people lost their job than people gained new job, okay? Even though the average hourly earnings, as you can see, that was expected to go up by 0.3%, went up by 0.5%. And the reason is that the low income, the low income employees, most of them lost their jobs. So this is kind of a mistake, all right? What you see here is not for real. And the market reacted to this. Okay, how did it react? Let's go to the last NFP, October 6th. Okay, open the MetaTrader. Let's take a look. This is, for example, let's take the euro versus the dollar on a 30-minute chart, which means that each candle that you see here represents 30 minutes. Just for you to understand, when you see a green candle, right, it means that the euro got stronger versus the US dollar, okay, because here the euro is the major currency and the dollar is the secondary currency. And when you see a red candle, it means that the dollar got stronger versus the euro. Now, what do you think happened last NFP? We expected 82,000 new jobs, and for the first time in 7 years, it was a negative read. Okay, we had minus of 33,000 new jobs, as we said. What do you think happened to the US dollar? You guys don't go to webinar. Please give me some answers. What do you think? I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to take you to the history and show you the market reaction. But do you think the dollar got stronger or weaker? What will be your guess? Of course, we're going to talk about the gold as well, but I just want to focus on the US dollar right now. If we expected 82,000 new jobs, okay, and weaker, right, Daniel? Okay, you say it got weaker. Let's take a look. All right. So let's go to October 6th. Just a second. Click here. Let's go back to October 6th, when the NFP took place, and this is October 11th. Okay, guys, as you can see, right. Okay, October 5th. Just a second. October 6th. Okay, as you can see, you see the euro versus the dollar went up like crazy. You see that? Okay, it went up like crazy. You can see from here, from 1.17 all the way up to 1740. We're talking about like 40 pips, okay, in 2-3 hours. All right, just for you to understand, this is the movement of the regular NFP, somewhere between 40 to 60, 70 pips in the first 1 or 2 hours, usually. All right, euro versus the dollar went up. Don't get confused, because the dollar got weaker, as you said. Okay. Now, for you traders, this is a trading opportunity. This was a trading opportunity, and this will be a trading opportunity if such a thing will happen again. If you know how to read this information, okay, and you know how to take advantage of these big events, guys, for you it means opportunities, trading opportunities, okay? So the market went up, okay? The euro versus the dollar went up because the dollar got weaker. If I'll take a look at the dollar versus the Japanese yen, where the dollar is the major currency, at the same time, you're going to see this. This is the NFP. Boom! Look what happened to the US dollar. It got weaker, right? You see that? Now you understand why the euro versus the dollar went up, because the dollar got weaker, and the dollar versus the Japanese yen, where the dollar is the major currency, went down, all right? So this is how it affects the market. So you can see the difference in the volatility before the NFP and after the NFP. Okay, you can see the size of the candles, the movement of the price, guys. Now this is a big wow here. All right, good. I love NFPs, by the way. Okay, back to the PowerPoint. So we said the number last month was minus 32,000 jobs. It means more people lost their jobs. The expected number this month is 310,000 new jobs. Now, 310,000 new jobs reflect a complete recovery from the hurricanes, right? 310,000 new jobs is a huge number, right? Usually the forecast, as we said, is 180, 200,000. 310,000 new jobs. Right now, I saw it was 311,000 new jobs. Reflect a complete recovery from the hurricanes, which means a lot of people that lost their jobs, okay, got back to their positions, who got in new jobs. And if we're gonna see the number, if the actual number on Friday, 12:30 GMT time PM, is gonna be as expected or higher, okay, we're talking about full recovery of the U.S. economy from these hurricanes that we had on September, and this is amazing. All right, this is just amazing. Now, traders should prepare for high volatility after the publication of the actual number, as we said. Just for you to know, NFP usually is an event that affects the market the most strongly at the first 1, 2, 3 hours. Okay, so you have to prepare, of course, your accounts and be ready for this. Okay, because this is not an event. I mean, of course, it affects the market, it affects the interest rate, it affects the Fed, Janet Yellen, the interest rate decision. Okay, in the future and so on. But as I showed you, and on the euro versus the dollar versus the Japanese yen, or any pair of currencies that the US dollar is involved, okay, the reaction of the market is very, very strong for such an event for the first 1, 2, 3 hours. Okay, these are the major trading opportunities. Now, traders should prepare for high volatility, as we said. The effect of the hurricanes could be misunderstood. Therefore, big surprises could occur on publication, right? Traders enjoy market surprises because of the swing movement they create, all right? We talked about it, I think, fairly in the last few minutes. Okay, other numbers to look at. Okay, when we look at the NFP, you have to understand that I kind of sorted divided to two teams. We have the amateur traders and we have the professional traders. Now, the amateur trader, okay, a beginner, he looks only at the NFP number. He says, if the actual number is higher than the forecast, just like every other event, it should be supporting for the US dollar, negative for gold. Okay, and we're going to talk about it in just a second. And if the actual number is lower significantly, okay, much lower than the forecast, okay, it means that the US dollar will be bearish, which means it's going to go down. Now, a professional trader looks at the whole picture. Except for the NFP, we have two other numbers that you should take a look at. Okay, one of them is the unemployment rate. Is expected to stay at 4.2%, which is very, very low. Okay, we're talking about almost full employment in the United States. We're talking about what 96, almost 96% out of the Americans are employed, which is great. I don't know. We talked about it in last webinars, but the U.S. economy situation right now is great. If you look at the U.S. stock market booming up, the indices, the highest point every day that I'm looking at the U.S. at the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P 500 breaking records every day. Okay, the market is booming up like crazy right now. Take a look at this. Let's take a look at the MetaTrader. Let's take a look at the indices. Everybody knows the Nasdaq, right? Nasdaq represents the leading 100 technology stocks in the United States of America. Let's take a look at the monthly chart of the Nasdaq. Right? Take a look at this. This is crazy. This is October. Okay, look what happened since Trump was elected, since the beginning of the year. Okay, the U.S. market is booming up. I think we have a new record today, as you can see. Okay, Nasdaq is booming up. The Dow Jones is booming up. Okay, S&P. If you would buy in the past, from the beginning of the year, any one of us, okay, that had a contract on each one of those or the major stocks, great for you guys, because every month the market is booming up, goes up like crazy. Okay, and just for you to know that traders are very, very afraid from uncertainty. usually. And when we look at the market, it's very certain right now. It goes one way, right? So pretty easy, and this is how the market looks right now. And let's go back to the PowerPoint. All right. Okay, so as I said, pretty easy to understand. Okay, the chart, as you can see on the monthly chart, the market is booming up. And let's go on. Average hourly earnings is expected to grow by 0.2%. All right, which means from last month to this month, we expect people to make 0.2% more than what they made last month. Now, these two numbers, you have to add it to the NFP itself to understand, okay, the whole job report. Because what do I care if I have more payrolls but people make less money, right? Because Trump talked about it, okay? Bring America back to the Americans, all right? Which means make America great again. People will have more jobs, we're going to make more money, and so on. So let's see if the market goes this way. A strong earning number could support the US dollar even more than the jobs number, okay? You have to understand, usually this is a break dealer. When we see, okay, if the expected number for this month, for this Friday, is 310,000 new jobs. If the number itself, or the actual number, is going to be around 310, 320, 330, 300,000 new jobs, it's not going to be a big surprise because as expected, okay? Not like last month that we expected 82,000 new jobs and we had a minus of 33,000, which is a difference of more than 100K. Okay, here, okay, if the number is going to be very close, we want to take a look at these numbers. Unemployment, I guess, is going to stay around 4.2, 4.3. Maybe we're going to have a new record 4.1, but we want to take a look, okay, at the average hourly earnings, which means even though we have more jobs, in order to understand if we have a complete recovery, we want to take a look at the average hourly earnings. See if the Americans are really making the money. Okay, a strong earning number could support, as we said, especially because of the high number last month that was 0.5%. Good. Assets outlook. Let's take a look. Euro versus the dollar is currently, but let's take a look at what's going on in the market. Currently trading low at around 1.1630, right? I don't know. I wrote it like an hour ago. Let's see where it's right now. Let's open the MetaTrader. Guys, before any trade you take, okay, before anything you do, always do a setup, technical setup of the asset itself. Put some support, and I put a lot of support and resistance here, but I played with it today. But put some support and resistance levels to understand how high or how low the price might get, okay? Just for you guys to know, a professional trader is a trader who knows how to combine the fundamental analysis with the technical analysis, all right? So taking a look at the euro versus the dollar, let's open it on a daily chart and let's go live. Right now the price is 1.16, what is it, 25, okay, around what we said. As you can see, we have a very strong support line here at around 100 and 1.16, okay, around here 1.16. Round numbers usually have very strong, very significant, and we have a resistance line at around 1.17, which is here. Okay, you can see it's a support line that can become a resistance line. So these are the support and resistance, okay, for the NFP on this coming Friday, which means if the information, this is how you know how to combine the technical analysis with the fundamental analysis. If we see that the numbers are supportive for the US dollar, okay, so we want to take a look at the resistance line at around 1.17. If we're going to see that the numbers, okay, are the opposite, are negative for the US dollar, on the euro versus the dollar specifically, of course, you can trade on any asset that you want that involves the dollar or whatever, but you're going to have 1.16 as a support line. All right? This is what we see technically on the chart right now. So we said strong support at 1.16, but breakout could generate downside pressure. Okay, just like this is in general, just for you to know, we have two kind of traders. One is trading, in the tunnel, which means he buys on the support and take short positions on the resistance. and the other one is looking for breakthroughs. Okay, of course, if we have a strong event, if the numbers are very going, they're going one way, we might have a breakthrough of the resistance on the 1.17 or the support on 1.16, which means very strongly event. Traders should prepare the asset swings between, we're talking about usually, as I said, 50 to 100 pips. A major NFP surprise could push the currency pair above 100 pips. So, as we said, volatility, trading opportunities for us. Let's talk about gold. Okay, we said it before. I talked about it on past webinars. Gold works in a very opposite correlation with the US dollar. Okay, gold is the parking lot of all currencies, especially the US dollar, which means when we have a lot of uncertainty in the market, when we don't know if to put our money, what currency to take, what currency to buy, usually money goes to gold, especially the US dollar. You're going to see that when the US dollar is getting stronger, the gold is getting weaker, okay, and the opposite. So gold right now is trading at around $1,273 an ounce. Support seems to be around 1,260. Resistance 1,286. Okay, let's take a look on the MetaTrader on the support and resistance. Okay, marked by XAU versus dollar. This is the gold, all right? So 1,270. We said we had a support, have a support line around here. And a resistance will be at 86, which is here, a bit higher. Okay, here. Okay, so between these limits, all right? As we said, professional trader is the one that knows how to combine this technical analysis. And before every event, okay, I really recommend for you to do the setup, put some key levels to understand the highest and the lowest potential prices. And of course, if we have a big surprise and we have a breakthrough, it might go the same way, very, very strong. Don't forget, guys, you can always use protecting orders such as stop loss and take profit in order to protect yourself from losses. And I use it all the time. I recommend you will do it as well in order to protect your portfolio. If the market goes against you, it might happen. $14 movement seems reasonable after publication. Okay, if we talked about 50 to 100 pips in Forex, in currencies, we're talking about $14 in gold. Okay, this is the range. But an NFP surprise could push the euro versus the dollar and gold above these support and resistance levels, so pay attention. Traders are recommended to create trading setups on other assets with the same gap between support and resistance. We just talked about it, I showed you. And of course, good luck. Guys, any questions, anything you would like me to clarify, to repeat, this is the time right now. Ask me, I'm here for you. Okay, you guys on Facebook, join us next time. Listen, this is pretty easy, okay? Next week, I'm going to be here next Tuesday. We're going to publish, I think it's going to be in another, we're going to change the hour, okay, to make it easier on you. But, okay, I'll repeat it. All you have to do, go down here, save me a seat. It's for free, okay? You don't need to do anything. Just put in your first name, last name, so I can contact you back. Okay, and guys, our account managers are waiting for you, so any help, anything you would like to ask, you're more than welcome to contact your account managers right now. Ask them about the NFP. You have to understand, I'm here to give you the outlook, to explain you about the market in general. Okay, the account managers, they know you better because they work with you on the everyday basis, and then they can give you information that's going to be more specific for you. So please contact your account managers before the NFP. Remember, it's going to take place on 12:30 GMT. You can find, by the way, we have an economic calendar here, so you can see the results in our homepage. You have to go to Trading Tools under Trade, click on Economic Calendar. Okay, of course, you can set the time. I put it on GMT, but you can set the time. Let me show you how to do it. I'm going to do some technical support here. Okay, let's see if I'm going here. Okay, I can set the time. You see, I put it on GMT. Okay, if you're GMT plus one, you can put it GMT plus one, GMT plus two. For example, okay, I go to GMT, doesn't matter where, and then I get it by the hour. Friday, then I'm going to have all three. Unemployment rate expected to be 4.2. You see marked in a full star, which means high volatility expected, very important event. Non-farm payroll expected to be, as we said, 311,000 new jobs. And the average hourly earnings is expected to be higher by 0.2%, which this is normal. Usually we're talking the forecast is 0.2, 0.3. Last time we had 0.5, but because of the bad NFP, the dollar got weaker. Okay, great. Questions. Can we have the handout of this webinar? For guidance, please. Yes, all you have to do, thank you for the question, Daniel, is to go to Facebook, okay, and to our homepage, or you can find it on YouTube. Okay, you can look for all of our webinars, by the way, on YouTube. All right. I think that soon we're might have it on the website itself. Okay, we're working on it right now. We're gonna have a tab for you where you can find all the webinars. We have it all recorded. Right now we have it on YouTube, and of course it's published every week on Facebook on our homepage at itrader.com. Let me show you how you do it through the website, by the way. Okay, you click here. Okay, and it takes you to YouTube. You click on videos. And there you go. This was the last one. Okay, so you have all the videos from itrader.com, and you can find all the webinars in here. Answer your question? Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you very much for participating. Hopefully, you have a great week. I'm going to be here next Tuesday, a bit later. We're going to give you the time so it will be easier for you guys. Thank you very much for participating. You can contact your account managers right now, and have a great one. All right. Bye bye.